every now and then and stuff.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Collect gore movies, horror movies. I'm a big horror gore movie fanatic. You know, I have a huge collection of videotapes, VHS. Watch a lot of films, and then also I just collect like you know, underground music CDs, LPs. I put a lot of time and money into that kind of stuff.
Well, what are your favorite gore movies?
My favorite one is probably The Beyond by Lucio Fulci. That's probably my all-time favorite. Some other good ones I like The Necromantics, or a lot of the Asian stuff like Stone Age Warriors, or the Guinea Pig series is pretty good. The first two of those are good, and I like the classics like Zombie or Dr. Butcher MD or House by the Cemetery, Suspiria, Phenomena. There's just an endless amount of film out there. Trying to collect all this stuff is pretty crazy because you just keep finding more and more good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Bill here. No visible scars. This one's from Mark. Mark from Impetigo. Did a little bit of tribute on my Instagram, but that was more like a music video with, you know, some photos. And speaking of those photos, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to present, oh man, what was that, 2007, the reunion, for the first time. A lot of pictures that was taken that's in my possession, thanks to friends Devin and Rob, that I never shared before. Well, I guess I already did Instagram, but I didn't talk about them. Not that I'm going to go in depth, but just a little remembrance of Mark. You know, bummed to hear about his passing. You know, Impetigo, man, since I was into the underground music in the, you know, late 80s on through, they've been one of, if not the band that really, you know, encompassed death metal to me, you know, with the influence from horror movies. It really hit home, their music. You know, I was lucky enough in '92 to be at that Rhode Island Death Fest. And, you know, who knew that was going to be infamous? You know, Impetigo came out to the East Coast, played, you know, till like 2 a.m. for the diehards. You'll see I actually have the poster still. Yeah, we're going to just remember Mark, or I'm going to remember Mark as, you know, in these photos from 2007. Unfortunately, I don't have anything from '92. You know, just wasn't taking pictures then, really. You know, I was just going to the shows to live for the moment, you know, go crazy and, you know, hang out and talk to people. Didn't even think to take pictures then. It came a little bit later that I was like, let me start documenting these things, you know, these shows and people I meet. So I have a lot of photos from that 2007 reunion show, which was the Central Illinois Death Fest. That was in, where the heck was it? The Canopy Club, I think, in Illinois. Briefly, just a real quick synopsis. You know, I went with my buddy Devin from December Wolves, met Rob Fornicator, you know, the Rob from the band Fornicator Horror. Rob hung out with us. Even though I went back with Steve-O and Impetigo, you know, previously in the 90s, Rob and Steve-O were really tight from the beginning. So it was cool because Rob, mainly knowing Steve as he did, you know, we got to hang around with Impetigo at that show a lot, go to their hotel room, shoot the shit. This is where I really got to talk to Mark. and Steve-O too, of course. Because in '92 at the Rhode Island Fest, I don't even know if I really even saw them before they went on stage. But it was a cool reconnection, and Rob really had the foot in the door because really whatever they were up to, we got invited to hang out. So very cool there. Anyway, I'm just gonna present the photos here full screen. These are all digital photos from camera, mainly from Devin from the Summer Wolves. Some of the other shots you'll see, like we're hanging out with Cam Lee, Billy from Razorback. Who else? Matt Puchert, a very young Matt Puchert, the artist. This photo of him. And I believe the other one is Tom from Cardiac Arrest. Yeah, enjoy those also. We'll look back, but already people have said enough about Mark's importance, and needless to say, of course, of course he was. But I would say earliest memories I have of Impetigo and was this zine, Canadian zine Balance of Power. Probably I already heard of Impetigo through Wild Rags ads, and so this is like 90, 91 for me hearing about them. I think I had the Ultimondo already, the first album. But this was a really awesome interview with Mark early on. Like I said, it says the new album Horror of the Zombies has now been completed. All that's left is some artwork, and that is again performed by Steve-O and colored by Cannibal Jim. So yeah, this zine is from around 91. Maybe late 91, going into early 90, somewhere around there. But this interview is definitely from at least 91. This is one of the earliest ones that I was like, Mark seems really cool. I definitely gonna have to buy that tape or album. I forgot what I know I had it. I think I bought the cassette first, but I definitely had the original album too. And I remember I had an original ad at one point from Mark's contact. I might have wrote, I don't remember, but it was probably a little too late, as he was, those guys were swamped in mail, and they called it a day, so by 93. So yeah, it was later that a little bit later that through email I was talking to Steve-O, and I think I got his email from Rob, and that's when I started up Mental Funeral, my second zine in the late 90s, and Steve and I did an interview. Mark, I think, soon as social media was around, I don't know if he was on MySpace, but it was definitely early days of Facebook. I was buying stuff from him, the re-releases, T-shirts. We would talk, and then because of that interaction, when I saw him at the reunion, yeah, of course he remembered everybody, right? So, but yeah, just I'm not gonna go deep into the but enjoy the photos. They're gonna come at you. They're much larger format. I'm not gonna talk over them. I'll probably type something out if I need be. So yeah, enjoy that, and that's my little contribution. I don't know what more could be said. I think everybody really said, but I thought it was cool and about time. Sadly, though, it had to be with his passing that I'm able to share these photos now, or feel like I want to. mean, I wasn't not, I was never hoarding them or hiding them. Originally they were intended for a blog I did after coming back from that show, 2007, and that whole article is still up there on the Mental Funeral blog from 2007. You could, thank God I had that because I can't remember, I can't remember day to day. Each day is summarized there, I think the Friday and Saturday were there in Illinois. So I'll put that in the description. Um, and also in the description, and definitely listen to it, guys. This is really really cool. Um, there was a radio show from upstate New York. Was it radio? I forgot the name of it. Oh damn. Anyway, I have. I was sent the DJ sent me this in '93. Was it Terminal Catatonia? I think that's what it was. It was crazy. Somehow I would get to. I think was it almost onto Long Island. Somehow I used to get it in Connecticut. So anyway, I think when I was doing my Diabolical Netherworld, I sent the DJ a tape. He really dug it. He played some songs, and I think he sent me a tape that had him, talking about Diabolical Netherworld, my compilation tape, and then I think on the other side was a awesome radio interview he did with Mark from 92, 90, I think it was 93, 93. Pretty sure. I have it as 93, but now that I think about it, maybe, did an Impetigo stop at night? I don't know, 93. Maybe it was early on. Maybe they hadn't announced yet. Anyway, I'll put that in the description. I uploaded it. Yeah, take a listen. Take a listen to that. I take it the guys didn't do. It might be the only radio interview, done. I don't know. At least, I don't know if Steve-O's ever done one, but the only one I've come across, even from tape trading, I don't remember audio interviews with the guys, but that'll be in the description too. Definitely take a listen. And that's it. Thank you, Mark, and thanks for the music. Thanks for being a pal, dude, and that's it. And thank everybody in Impetigo. We're all here. We're all they were the underground, man, and that's what connected with me. It was, yeah, you had, there was the underground, then there was the underground. The below the bands like Entombed and Suffocation, all the big Cannibal Corpse, the bigger bands. This is where it connected with me. It was Impetigo, Nuclear Death, Sinai, bands like that. Impetigo stood out because of my love for horror movies, and they nailed it. The samples. There you go. Rest is history. But all right, cheers, everybody, and yeah, let me know what you think of those pictures in the interview. All right, talk soon.
Lessons to dig it and stuff.
That's cool. What's the meaning behind the name of Impetigo? And do you say it Impetigo anyway? Or is it Impetigo?
I say it Impetigo.
Impetigo?
But, everybody says Impetigo, Impetigo, Impetigo. Everybody says it differently, it seems like, so we don't really care how people want to say it. I don't know exactly what is the true pronunciation, but I've always heard Impetigo. And the meaning, it's just we got out of a medical disease book. It's just a skin disease. Causes like your skin to rot and stuff. It spreads really fast.
I actually looked it up in the dictionary. It said Impetigo was the pronunciation.
Well, that might be the correct one. I can really, I don't know, I guess ask the doctor sometime or something what the exact pronunciation is. But
Or just ask Carcass.
but
This month's Milwaukee Metal Fest will be the last show you play. Why is that?
yeah, it's the farewell live show because right now with all this, all of our jobs and stuff.